On this episode of Rocker in the Kitchen, our kitchen is outdoors here. There's Seether's bus, and we have Dale Stewart from Seether. In just a bit, Sean Morgan from Seether will be joining us. And usually when I ask a band for a recipe, they send me an actual recipe. I got a shopping list, which included a bottle of Jack. Somehow, I don't think this bottle of Jack is going to wind up in the sauce. It's going to wind up in the band, but that's fine. Dale is the resident cook in Seether, and I think Sean is more like the sometimes cook. So they sent me out shopping. No exact recipe, just stuff. We have sriracha. We have specifically asking for Frank's Red Hot. Mm-hmm. We have the buffalo sauce. Of course, wings aren't complete unless you use lots of
butter,
okay. Garlic, Worcestershire, and they asked for ranch dressing, but I decided to make my own. It's usually sour cream, mayonnaise, and buttermilk, and I forgot the buttermilk, so we'll have to improvise there. Chives, I use dried chives, or I use fresh chives, and I'll use dried dill, and then we have salt and pepper. So, and of course we have lots and lots of wings, So
kosher wings.
Kosher wings.
Right, Jewish friends.
Yes, well, it's for everybody, really.
Yes.
I just happen to like kosher poultry, and you don't have to brine it in the kosher poultry because they preserve it with
good
salt,
stuff.
which is
Quality
really nice.
stuff, yeah.
So how are we starting? So are we hot enough to do the wings?
Yeah, I think we can get started, but I'm probably going to start with the sauce.
Okay.
And I think for that, just a stick of butter.
All right.
As you guys say in Jersey.
So you want to melt the butter?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just going to put it straight on the coals. And
how often do you guys actually cook while you're on the road?
It depends. If it's like a festival day or something, it's fun to just get the little grill out and usually it's just hot dogs and burgers, the easy stuff,
right.
brats. But it's fun, everyone kind of comes around. We've even had Marilyn Manson come and ask for hot dogs before. So.
Really?
Yeah, so it's.
Do you have the ability to cook in the bus?
There's like a microwave and stuff. Some buses have like a cooktop.
But no cooktops?
Not really.
What are we doing here? We're putting garlic in?
I'm gonna make a garlic butter as a
you
base.
You don't measure, you just...
I don't measure, no.
Can you give an approximation? People just have to watch and see how much garlic you actually
I'd say
in.
If you're using minced garlic like this, maybe, like a good heaped up tablespoon. I like it quite garlic heavy. So let's get a nice heap of that.
That looks like it's about 2 tablespoons, but hey, look, you can never have too much garlic.
If there's one thing about me, I use far too much garlic.
I don't think there's such a thing as too much garlic.
Well, I cook at home a lot too. It's kind of a hobby when I'm off the road.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
And there's a South African thing, it's called a potjie, which in South African or in Afrikaans means small pot. I guess it's called a Dutch oven, technically.
Oh, okay.
But it's a little 3-legged cast iron pot, and you make stews and meats, and you slow cook them on the fire for hours.
Braising meat. It always comes out nice.
That's kind of my favorite thing to do when I'm home. I enjoy making ribs as well.
Really? How do you do that? Do you boil them first?
Actually, with the ribs, I wrap them in foil, and I just slow bake them in the oven for about 3 hours at around about 260.
Do you make your own barbecue sauce? Do you do barbecue ribs?
No, I do like a dry rub usually. But I smoke them on the Weber for about 30 minutes after, just indirect heat, and then they're just really tender and juicy.
Very nice.
Yeah, they turn out pretty good. So that's kind of a favorite around the house. I'm gonna get a little bit more heat going on.
You want more direct heat?
Yeah.
Look at these guys, a pro.
I'm just gonna get it right on there.
Tell me about the food in South Africa that isn't popular here in America. What dishes would you say?
Lots and lots of meat.
Okay.
In South Africa. It's a very meat and potatoes kind of culture. A lot of venison, that kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
There's actually restaurants dedicated to just meat. One of my favorites called the Carnivore.
Oh, like in South America, they have a lot of.
It's like that. You put up your little flag, and while the flag's up
right
there.
Right on, churrascaria, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So a lot of that kind of stuff, but seafood's popular, especially in the coastal areas. Food there's very good. I like it. It's very rich and flavorful, to the point where when we moved here, I thought the food was almost a little bland.
Really?
Yeah.
You moved
there's
to
a lot of salt, a lot of butter.
out west? Did you move out west? Is that where you
I moved to California first.
moved? Okay.
So
You need to come to
maybe
New York
if I
and
was
New
in New
Jersey.
York, I wouldn't
more
have, I wouldn't have thought
substance.
so. No, I've since adopted the Italian food, the New York style Italian food.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
Are you a pizza guy? Do you like pizza?
Yeah, I love pizza.
New York pizza, nothing
But
beats
New
it.
York, not Chicago. Even
Yeah,
in
I mean-
Chicago, I get the thin crust.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So what do we have
You can
here?
smell that already.
Oh, nothing.
It smells like
Nothing
smells
bad.
like escargot. All right.
All right. So we got with the Frank's Red Hot.
Yeah. Now, I don't know the exact measurements today. I'm just going to thumb suck it. But what I usually do is about 1 part butter.
Okay.
I keep saying butter now.
1 part butter.
1 part butter, and
Like butter.
1 part butter to about 2 parts Frank's,
Okay.
and 1 part sriracha.
So you watch carefully because there's no exact measurement in Dale's cooking.
In my sauce. So let's give
And
that
there
a
we
little,
go.
a little
It's the
stir.
Frank's Red Hot mixed with a stick of sweet butter. You want to stay away from the unsalted butter because you're going to salt your food as you like.
Yeah.
You know, as much as you like or as little as you like. We have sriracha.
About 1
This
part of
is,
sriracha.
I'm going to say that's 2 tablespoons right there. Wow.
And
You
it
guys like
starts
it spicy.
Thicking up a little bit.
Well, the ranch
Put a
dressing.
little more Frank's actually.
A little more Frank's.
Yeah.
We can't even post a recipe
starts-
because they're just to your liking. How's that?
To your liking. But generally when I make it at home, it's 1 part of the garlic butter to 2 part Frank's.
Okay.
And 1 part sriracha.
All right.
And just
Are you really going to use that in the wings?
Yeah.
How do you like? I really thought that was
Yeah,
just
I
for
think-
the band. I thought they just tried to sneak it in on the list. All right.
well, I'm
That's
only
okay.
gonna use it, half a shot.
And you're going to
know.
wash your wings down with the jack. So we're talking maybe
a little
an
bit of
ounce or 2 of
Yeah,
jack.
half a shot, just to get that little smoky,
Half a shot.
that smoky
Okay, don't
barrel
worry. I'm
flavor.
sure you'll drink the other half later. That's nice.
No, I don't
Wow.
normally put in Worcestershire, but why not?
Worcestershire. How many?
Just a couple
1, 2,
drops.
3, 4, 5. I'd say about a teaspoon of Worcestershire. That looked like. Wow.
And,
Okay.
I'd say that's about it.
Now, do I have to salt and pepper your wings for you? Is that something we need to do?
I find one doesn't really have to salt the wings too much. Sometimes at home, if I have time, I'll lime in just lemon juice and lemon juice and olive oil
We'll start with
and a little bit of black pepper before. But like this, they work too. We can probably throw some of these on. Now the wings are kind of tricky sometimes.
Does Sean actually cook as much as you do, or is he more like your sous chef?
Yeah, it's not quite as much. I'm normally the one who does the cooking.
You're the one
He
who washes the dishes.
yeah, he'll wash the dishes for us.
Nice meaty wings.
The thing is with the wings, they have a pretty high fat content, so they tend to flame up a bit on the grill. So I leave this side I leave a little empty space.
How do you know when wings are done? What's your method of testing the wings?
I just kind of thumb suck it really. There's no real way to know. I do like them crispy though.
Do you
and-
ever deep fry?
No, I don't really deep fry.
Grilled wings are the way to go.
I find the grilled ones, they're probably a little healthier as well for you.
And more flavorful.
So more flavorful. Those are slightly frozen, so I'm gonna.
I heard Miss South Africa won Miss Universe this past weekend.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah. Congratulations,
beautiful
South
girl.
Africa.
Thank you.
Yes, Demi, I think her name was. Demi Nell Peters or something like that.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah, we definitely have some pretty girls there.
Yeah.
Charlize and Demi.
Oh, Charlize, yes.
A
Charlize
couple
Theron.
others.
Beautiful. Who's the biggest eater in the band?
Biggest eater in the band? Probably me actually.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I like my wings.
Okay. Do you bake at all?
I don't really bake. My girlfriend's more the baker. I cook and she bakes. I don't. That's. I've never really tried my hand at it. Put it that way.
It's more of an exact science. As with this, you don't measure anything.
Yeah.
You just do it until
Yeah.
you.
No. This is just kind of wing it and see.
See what you did. I see what you did there.
I didn't even intend that. Funny enough.
Yeah, baking, you need to know specific, how much of a leavening
Yeah.
agent to put in.
And that's
Yeah.
probably why I'm not as sort of interested You know, also when I'm home, I cook every night when I'm home. And,
Do you really?
I really
you're-
enjoy it.
Tell me some of the things you really like to cook, other than you mentioned venison earlier.
Yeah, the ribs and the
ribs.
and the wings. I enjoy making burgers at home too.
Okay.
You know.
Have you done anything difficult? Like, let's say, I don't know, like here, to me, difficult would be lasagna because it's so labor
Yeah.
intensive.
Yeah, I've done lasagna, and that's kind of a fun one. I like making Italian food as well.
Right on. Do you make your own sauce?
Yeah, I do.
To me, that's the
Actually,
secret of a good Italian meal is the sauce.
It is. I have a very good friend who's actually from here, and he gave me his grandma's sauce, which is really, really good. I can't remember it offhand right now, but
It's okay.
when I make a sauce, I kind of use his recipe, and it's awesome.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I learned how to make salsa. My friend's grandmother was from Sicily, and I
Okay.
kind of use that as a template when I make sauce, but I do my own little thing to it. I'll add or subtract certain things to
Right.
it. And like you, I will taste it until I like the way it tastes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way, trial and error. I'm not scared to try new stuff. If I
That's
really
good.
botch something, we'll just order a pizza and then try again the next time.
So this is the beginning of the tour for Seether. How long are you going to be on the road for before your first break?
We're gonna break for Christmas.
Oh, okay, that's
so we'll be
nice.
out here until I think the 21st. We fly home of December.
Ah.
Yeah, so we'll get to break for Christmas, and then we're doing I think like third week of January we're doing that Shiprock.
Oh,
cruise.
Shiprock, yeah, out of Florida. Who's going to be? Stone Sour's doing that too, right? Is that
I
Stone-
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of bands.
Stone Sour and I don't even know who else is on it.
I'll tell you, if you get some overzealous fans, it's hard to escape on a ship.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure there are a few here and there
Right.
that might be a little, I don't know, stalker-ish.
Stalkery.
Yeah, stalker.
Well, if you are a stalker, that's the perfect place for you to.
yeah.
You know.
But I'm sure there's plenty of
go.
security there.
There is, and honestly, we did it I think year before last, and everyone was really good. They were really respectful and cool. I didn't know what to expect, and part of me was like, oh man, it's just gonna be like, a 4-day like.
Well, because you're in closed quarters, there's really
Yeah,
nowhere to go.
there's nowhere,
except your
just-
cabin.
But everyone was, I think after the first day, it's like, oh, there's that dude again, like the, and everyone's used to it and everyone's cool, and, I didn't have any issues, everyone was fine, and, made some friends out there and just had a good time. And
Right on. And you're, like I said, you're in closed quarters, so you maybe get a little more, in terms of conversation, a little more intimate with the other acts on, you become friends with
Right.
them, or
Oh yeah,
that sort of thing.
no, you do.
Do you have a favorite band that you like to tour with? Or bands?
Yeah, I mean, we've made a lot of friends over the years. Three Doors Down, we always had, great fun with those guys. Probably did one of the longest tours we've ever done with them because
Escatop and
we just didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's.
You should do cooking competitions together. Maybe this will inspire you, like when you're on the road,
Right.
maybe. Barbecue or cooking.
I'm down.
Right. I know that when some people fry wings, they bang them on something, and if they hear, if it feels a certain way, that's when they know they're done. With grilling, you really can't do that. You just have to
I never
have
did
an
know
eye.
that.
I see the ones in the back seem to be
Yeah.
getting done a little quicker because the flame's a bit higher.
Yeah, the flames. So we're gonna have to start,
So maybe we'll start. Yeah.
start doing the old switcheroo.
Rotate them. Rotate the wings.
Yeah, it's not the hottest fire I've ever made. But hopefully.
Now, on your break, are you going to go? You're going to go back to
Yeah.
the West Coast, or are you going to go to South Africa?
I actually recently moved to Savannah, Georgia.
Really?
Yeah.
I was there not long ago.
Okay.
I loved it. I went to Mrs. Wilkes, where you sit
Okay.
down with everyone and
Yeah.
you have like a family style
I've
meal.
never been. I've heard it's great.
Oh, it's a Oh, Savannah. How long have you been? How long ago did you move?
About 8 months ago now.
So you haven't spent that much time there yet.
No, and I've been touring for much of that time. So
Yeah, and making the album, Poison the Parish, and wow.
yeah, so I love it so far.
Oh, good.
But and the food there is fantastic.
Is
as
that
well.
where your girl is from?
No, she's from Fresno originally.
Oh.
But we met in Chicago. She was living there.
Okay.
And then she moved to California with me, and then we just decided to get out.
Why Savannah?
It just seemed like a nice place to go.
All right, and it is. And you could drive to Charleston, because I went to Charleston.
Yeah.
I love Charleston. And we drove to Savannah and spent a day or two there. It was real nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Thank you, yeah. So far, so good.
Our 7 to Midnight guy who's been with us as long as we've been on the air since '96.
Okay.
He's from Atlanta, and to him, everything is better in Georgia.
Right.
So, all right. While he's cooking this, I think I'm going to go do the dressing.
Well, what goes in the ranch?
Usually,
The ranch.
it's ranch. Usually, it's buttermilk, sour cream,
Okay.
mayonnaise, salt and pepper and garlic, dried fresh chives.
Okay.
And I use dried dill. And you
Chives
mix
and
it
dill.
up and you let it. But today, unfortunately, I forgot the buttermilk. I thought I put everything together in the refrigerator, and when I unloaded the
Okay.
cooler, I was like, but we'll make do. We'll make do. I
Okay.
mean, how bad could sour cream and mayonnaise be without buttermilk?
Right.
It won't be as good as a ranch dressing, but it'll be usable for sure.
I'll just make it from the packet.
Yeah, I
Put it
was
in
thinking
packet.
about buying a bottle of ranch, but I wanted to make it a little more interesting. All right, so we're going to make ranch dressing without the buttermilk. It should be okay. I usually need about half a cup or so of mayonnaise. We're going to use an entire cup of sour cream. The easy way to do that is by buying the 8-ounce cup of sour cream. The buttermilk I would normally put about a half a cup in, so if you're following along at home, buy buttermilk and don't forget it, okay? But we'll make do. They ask for ranch dressing. A lot of people like blue cheese dressing, but I for one, will use either one, whichever's available. Salt and pepper. Generous amount, however you like things salted. Nice, coarse, ground black pepper. You need a lot of nice pepper in here. I usually do maybe a quarter of a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of that. We need lemon juice. We take our knife. Okay. I will, this doesn't look like it's got very many seeds in it at all. In fact, I think it's seedless, so I won't even have to drain it. So we'll do, I'm gonna do both. There we go. That's that. And I use dried dill. I mean, you could use fresh dill, but it's so much easier to just use the dried. I'm gonna use about a half a teaspoon of that. There are chives, nice chives. Fresh chives, I like fresh chives. I like that oniony flavor, it's really good. A handful of that. It's a little windy out here, so you just chop them up. Sometimes they don't cooperate, but that's okay. And you just throw them in like that. I kind of like mix it up first a little bit. And then I use a whisk. The buttermilk would make it a little less thick, but I think we can get away with this. And if I wanted to make more, I could probably add a little more mayonnaise. And it's really that simple, really. Now what we could do is taste it. I'll throw the spoon away. I could use the buttermilk, but it still tastes good. Maybe another tablespoon of mayonnaise. I think that might work. And probably a dash more salt as well. I think that's going to work as well. If you had your buttermilk, you can certainly adjust the thickness, how thick you like it. I think this is pretty good. It might be a tad too thick, but maybe not for some people. You can also use this as your base if you wanted to make blue cheese dressing. You can use this as your base. But next time we won't forget the buttermilk, I promise. And there you have it. When the wings are ready, you can dip them in this. Do you use gas or do you use...
No.
This is the way to go?
Yeah, I find, wood's really the way to go.
Okay, what kind of wood do you use? Hickory?
Wood,
What do you use?
whatever you like.
Hickory, cherry wood.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever you want, just that wood flavor. When I'm home, I cheat. I use the charcoal, but I put in a couple just chunks of hickory. You just buy bags of it, like
nice.
Walmart or whatever.
Now you said something about smoking. Do you have the egg? The smoker egg, it's that green thing?
Oh, no. Those
So
are
you
great,
just use a
though.
regular grill to do that?
I smoke on the Weber. You just
Okay.
make a little
Box?
localized fire on the side, yeah.
Okay, so you use aluminum foil to do that?
Yeah, you can. I just put the charcoal in. Sometimes I'll just hang some foil
Okay.
on the grid so that it doesn't, not too much, direct heat. And then you put whatever your ribs, whatever on the other side, just a couple chunks of that wood, and then the dome on, and it'll just smoke up.
Wow.
For however long you want. Oh, looking done to me. Not the hottest fire. They have a little bit of a char on the outside. And we'll get our sauce. Mix it back up. Give them a little toss. Make sure they all get coated.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Nice and sauced up. There we go.
Sauce.
Sean just awoke from his beauty sleep, so perhaps maybe we'll have him test them.
Yeah. Get a guinea pig.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Morgan, awake from his beauty sleep.
Oh, I've been up working.
Working. Are you writing music?
No, I'm doing there's a whole bunch of aspects to this. Designing merch, writing some music a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're really deep into this whole thing. You don't just sing and do your thing. You're part of the design.
Well, I'm also learning how to play some parts because we've got a guitarist missing for these first few shows. So we're a three-piece for the first time in about 5 years. So it's a lot of parts that I forgot how to play because the other guy was playing them.
Gotcha.
So now I have to relearn them.
Do you cook at all?
Oh yeah, I do cook, but Dale tends to be the grill, the wing guy. So I stand back and let him. I watch the magic.
What's your specialty?
Oh, I don't know. I like to cook anything really.
Yeah,
I like
whatever
to-
you're in the mood for.
Yeah, over the winter I like to bust out the crock pot, do some one pot things like a pork roast or a brisket or something.
Yeah.
Then you can just eat that for the week. It's just the two of
Yeah.
us at home, so yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so who wants to be the wing tester?
I'm excited about this ranch.
What's in the ranch?
In South Africa, we call it ranch, not ranch. But I say ranch in the restaurant, otherwise the waiter doesn't know what you're saying.
Oh.
And?
That's fantastic.
Well, of course it is, because you cooked it. Now it's my turn.
Mm-hmm. Wings
Of
were
course,
cooked.
right on my nose. Yummy.
That's how you know it's good.
Really.
Good.
Oh my God. Delicious.
Thank you.
And look at, he knows.
There we go.
I appreciate that. They're really not that spicy.
Oh yeah.
They're spicy.
The ranch cuts the spice though.
Yeah. It really is. It's got a nice kick.
Did you add the jack to it?
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh yeah.
It's really good.
Got to have Jack.
And the sriracha, I can taste it. Really good. I could put a little garlic in that ranch too if I wanted to. And it's really easy to do celery. It really is. You take a few stalks of celery, you cut the tops off. Sometimes if I cook with celery, I would use the leaves on the celery because there is some flavor in them. And it's really easy. You just do it like that. You cut it in half, you throw it on a plate, you're good to go.
That's hot.
So Dale Stewart's creation of wings. Now I know how to make wings on the grill. I just got to get Dale's feel. Sean presenting the wings. Next time, Sean's going to cook with us because he likes to cook pork roasts. I tell you, if this,
Vanna White.
if this rock and roll gig doesn't work out, I'll call Pat Sajak on your behalf. Anyway, Dale, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sean, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
And we will see you tonight on stage at the Starland Ballroom. That's it for another edition of Rocker in the Kitchen.